So, guys, we are now in the last week of the Horizon Decades, and to be honest, I am actually very glad we're almost in Series 3. I am hopeful that the cars in that one will actually be new, at least all of them. You also probably noticed the Horizon play for me is not completed. I'm not gonna lie, guys, for 3 points, I don't really see a reason to jump in there and do the Horizon play, but if you are wondering, all you have to do for that is jump in and basically find an event that has jumps in it. That is pretty much the only way to do it. But besides all of that, as y'all know, we do not waste any time here. Let's start off here with the weekly challenge that needs to be done in the Aerial Nomad. So the Aerial Nomad is a very cheap car. It's around $50,000 in the auto show, or you could do the weekly championship for this car. But to be honest, in that time frame, you could probably just buy this thing and get the entire weekly challenge done before you even get the championship done. So I don't really know if it's worth it. I would also recommend trying out the build on this car, as it will make everything much easier to do, including a Trailblazer you will have to get stars on as well. But the first part of this, though, as always, though, is to simply jump in this thing and drive it. So leave your garage, guys, drive this thing for around 5 to 8 seconds, and you can move over to the second step. The second step to this, though, is earn 6 stars at Trailblazers. This is also why I recommend trying out the build I did end up showing before. And keep in mind, you could do any Trailblazer around the entire map, guys. You'll probably have to run it 2 to 3 times to get the stars. Honestly, the one I would definitely recommend doing is very close by to the Vision House. It's called the Bridge Underpass. It is insanely easy to do, guys, even with this thing being A rank. You will easily get to the end of it in over 40 seconds, so you will get 3 stars, run this thing twice in under a minute, and you will be done with this. The next part after that, though, is earn 2 crash landing skills while driving the Aerial Nomad. Now, I'm sure you could probably do this in pretty much any area with a jump, but I would recommend heading over to where I am on the map here. I don't know why, guys. I like this area for this stuff. You could simply drive up the mountain, jump off one side, turn around, then jump off the other side. I instantly got the challenge done in literally under 2 minutes. The last part of this, though, is all you will have to do is win a cross-country race. So keep in mind, these are the green ones around the map. And always, guys, you can go to any of the cross-country races anywhere around the map. If you are running this thing, which you obviously need to, you will have to make the race a custom one in order to use it. But one of the races I found, though, is kind of in the middle-ish part of the map over here. And this is the one I would definitely recommend doing. Now, it's a little bit longer than some of the other ones. Some of the other races might actually be faster. And again, all you have to do is the custom race for this one. You could simply just enter it. So once that's all done, though, you can then move over to the next part, which is the photo challenge, which is very easy to do. Basically, take any car from the 2010s and launch it into the air and take a photo of it. So for me, I use the Toyota 86 here. It's a 2013 one. The car is literally $14,000. I'm sure most players probably already have it. The best place I would recommend, guys, head over to this location on the map here, as there's like these really big dirt piles. And again, you could go anywhere to do this, but I figured right here would be the easiest way. Simply head over to one of the dirt piles, get a running start, catch a little bit of air, go into photo mode, grab it, and that is all you will need to do. The next part from there, though, is the treasure hunt. Now, this is in the Ito region, Ito, one of the two. Either way, though, this is all the way on the top right part of the map, right on the beach, guys. Spawn over to where exactly I am, and pretty much just follow the beach around that one corner to the left right there, and you will find the treasure right on the beach. The next part of it, though, is the seasonal championships. The first one, you will have to use a total buggy and off-road. For me, guys, I did end up using the Nomad from the other part of this. I would also say the Trailhawk's probably a great option for this. Keep in mind, though, you do not have to have your difficulty higher. And to be real on the cross-country events, I would not recommend doing that anyways. The AI are definitely kind of funky. Also, one thing I have to admit, the jumping physics and air physics in Forza are also very wonky. I'm not gonna lie there. Like, if you approach the jump barely even, like, facing the wrong direction, you are absolutely cooked. The second championship from there, though, will get you the Aerial Nomad. As I said before, if you don't want to do the weekly challenge, you could get the car and then do it. But again, the thing's only about $50,000. There's a good amount of S1 cars you guys can run on this. There's actually a lot of them. It really depends on which car you really do want to run. For me, though, I did end up using the GTR Black Edition. This car is honestly fantastic. It feels great and everything. I will leave my build, of course, on the screen for you to use it if you did want to try out this car. But again, though, guys, on these championships, it's really whichever car you prefer to use unless you want to mix it up. You could pick your favorite car, an odd one. I would say the best way is to probably pick your favorite car to get this done as quickly as possible. After that, though, we'll then have the drag meet, the danger sign, and the speed trap, which you have to use the same type of vehicle in every single one. And the funniest part is you guys could run any of the cars that are in this. There is obviously a lot of them, but one car I chose to run is the RXC Turbo, the Radical. I wanted to try this car simply because I never really used it on much of anything. I will show you the build I did end up using on the drag meet. This is the same build I also used on the speed trap. To be honest, this thing is actually very good. Start off on the drag meet, I did end up using TC though, and got under 17 seconds, which required is 18 seconds on this.
Arrived at your destination.
The next part, though, is the danger sign, and as I did say before, I would recommend trying out the Radical on this because the build I put on this thing, guys, I got over 1,100 feet. The biggest thing is make sure you do get a bit of a running start on this one, as I would say that's probably the best way to do it. I would probably say one of the biggest annoyances with this is hoping that the traffic is not in the way of the actual road you have to go down, because if one car is sitting there, you pretty much have to redo the run.
Arrived at your destination.
And then the last PR stunt here that you'll have to use the Decade 2010s on is a speed trap. Now, I gotta admit, I would say again, the Radical is a great option for this. The biggest issue I find with this speed trap specifically, though, which other ones probably can fall into, is it's going to be on top of a hill. So for some odd reason, going over those hills, the car might end up losing a bit of traction or lifting up, which will end up slowing you down. And sometimes you could be well over the speed required, but if you might end up slowing down a little bit, you'll immediately be under it. Funny part is, I did end up beating this by 0.03 miles per hour, I think, so I can see this one being a bit frustrating.
You've arrived at your destination.
And then the last PR stunt here is a drift zone, and this one is not in a decade 2010s, at least for the S2 anyway, it's the S1. And I gotta say this right off the bat, just use a Formula Drift car on this. I don't know why people are trying to use other cars. Can you build drift versions? 100%, man, without a doubt. But you know what, though? The funniest part is I did this in the Corvette. Turn off your TC and jump right into it. You do not have to do anything at all, guys. It's so simple. Just jump in a Formula Drift car, a stock one. You will get this done first try with literally no issues.
You've arrived at your destination.
And then as always, we have the trial here, which this one will have to be done in a modern muscle car. So there's not a lot of cars you can use on this. I did end up using the Mustang RTR spec. I feel like that was a good option. The Shelby, honestly, the Hellcat, any of those cars would also work. I gotta admit, guys, this is probably one of the best teams I've ever seen on a trial, at least for jumping into it randomly. Everybody legit was a really good driver. I messed up on the first race. The second one I drove okay, but I wasn't driving that great. I also wasn't the biggest fan of the Spec 5, but I wanted to try this thing out. I figured why not? I probably could tweak the build, but it was for the trial, so I jumped in. And I was honestly really happy to see other racers doing so dang well. Like, they were well ahead of the pack, beating most of the AI racers. And both of the events I did end up doing, which I was so happy about. Funny thing is, sometimes the other racers will crash into you, which is very weird. I don't know why you'd crash into each other on a team-based game mode, and also the AI watching other players block them is such a great sight to see. But overall, though, guys, that will pretty much do it for the last playlist here in the Horizon Decades. As I said before, I did not do the Horizon play, as I personally did not see a reason to do it, as I'm already maxed out in points. And I'm really not that pressed to get the Cosmo. Oh, and funny part about that, apparently people are already getting them in the auction house. Ain't that something?